Now, in this video, we will going to discuss about the product redesign. Redesign, as the name itself indicates, is the process of modifying or changing an existing design of a product with the objective of improving one or more aspects of the product's capabilities and or performance, or accommodating a new manufacturing or assembly environment. As the name itself indicates, product redesign. So we are going, once the product has been established, one part, or if there is any improvement has to be done, then they need to go for the redesigning of the product. And this is one part. And the other part is, if the product has to be in developing stage itself, we will go to think of the redesigns, because as it is advancing, then they will be having a suppose some good idea comes into the good design has to be implemented, then they can go for redesigning the product. So then, what are the reasons for making the redesign or the needs? Customer feedbacks related to product design or features, performance, reliability, and cost becomes the first reason for the product design. So once we want to go for a redesigning, what are the, so based on how we are going to go for the redesign, basically because the customer's feedback related to product design or features, then comes the performance, reliability, and also of course the major thing is the cost becomes the first reason for product redesign. Decline in sales rate due to competition from similar products manufactured by different companies. So there is one more concept wherein there may be a decline in sales because similar products have been manufactured by different companies. So naturally the competitors are more. So in that case, if the customers will always think about the comparison between the two companies, if they are developing a better product, so they will going to take that particular product. So then we need to think of making the redesign to satisfy new government regulations or requirements. So as the government changes, then the regulations will also change, and also the requirements will also change. In such cases, to meet the requirement of that particular regulations, so they go for redesigning. Expanding companies into a new products or new market. If you want to expand your product to different markets or a new market, then we want to have the one more product which will going to be enhanced in the quality and also the functionality. Then they go for redesigning. Under a splitting situation of a joint venture, that is the partnership of two or more companies, groups, or company's logo or marketing materials being changed. So there may be a joint venture and the partnership is also there. In such cases, we go for these type of activities. What we will going to get from the benefit of making the redesign? It helps to create new products with new features, which in turn drives new business. So that means we are developing a new product, of course with features are different, which in turn drives new business. So they will going to have one more parallel business. Product redesigning in a successful way becomes with a great prizes like new possibilities, new customers, and new opportunities. So that means, since as you have been developing a new business and your market enhancement is there, so naturally you are going to have new customers and new opportunities. Redesign helps the company to stay ahead with the competitive market. So obviously you should have that concept of making the redesign. Then we are going to have in a competitive market, you will always stay ahead, so that the better quality products will going to come into the market. It helps in exploring new markets. So what will going to be the trends in the new market, we can start exploring it. It creates an impression among the people for being innovative. So always the people will going to think about, oh, this company is always develops innovative products. So that means the redesigning will going to pose new opportunities and new ideas which will going to come into the organization, and thereby it will going to have a direct impact on the product. So what are the drawbacks? So what are the drawbacks of making the redesign? Although redesign is simple and tractable, the process is iterative. So redesigning is iterative and complex in nature. So extensive use of computer-based technologies and skilled personnel are essential for simplifying the process. So that means Redesign is simple, of course. We want to just go for a redesign and redesign the entire thing. Is as good as redoing it everything again. But only thing is it becomes complex and it is iterative. So in order to have the iterative means it is a repeating procedure. Then we have extensive use of computer-based technologies, and we also require, since you are using the extensive-based technologies, and skilled personnel are required, so that we can simplify the process. Haphazard and careless decisions during redesign led to worthless product development. So when you are making, as the name itself indicates, the redesigning, so you have to be very, very careful. That means careless decisions cannot be taken. And then once if your careless decision is taken, then you will going to get worthless product development. Redesign cannot be precisely budgeted. That means you cannot predict the cost. Since redesign process requires skilled and experienced personnel, dedicated analytics, testing and marketing, companies need to be financially stable to accept redesign tasks. So it cannot be precisely budgeted because it requires skilled people and the experienced people, dedicated analytics, testing and marketing, and also companies based to be, what happens is the financially they should be stable. Then only we can go for think of having the redesign tasks. It must not involve drastic changes in the product, which was once a user's favorite. So once you want to go to the redesigning, you should not have a paradigm shift. Paradigm shift is not allowed. So it should not be like that. So only thing is even a small changes, yes, but you cannot have a drastic changes. So that is one of the major drawbacks of this redesign. And also the product is already been accepted by the customer. So in such cases, we cannot just think of the redesigning the entire concept. It requires extensive time and resources. Of course, the redesigning means we are just redoing the entire thing again. So by doing so, you will going to lose a lot of time and resources. And as such, the company will not be able to concentrate effectively on a new product development. See, because you are already, you are trying to develop the product which is already developed. And that means you are trying to redesign the entire thing which is already been proved. So thereby what happens, the time and resources will going to be wasted. So that then what happens, we will not be able to concentrate on new product development. It becomes very difficult because you are doing the redesigning. That means the entire process has to be iterative and the entire process has to be redoing again on the product which is already developed. So that is the reason why we will not be able to concentrate on new product developments. So what are the steps involved in making the product redesign? The first step is analyze existing product. So customers use the product most often. They are best equipped to provide feedback regarding the drawbacks of the product and how to improve the existing product. So first, once the product is into the market and the customers start using the product, then they will going to come to know what are all the advantages and disadvantages, what will going to be the drawbacks, how they can able to rectify all those things that will going to be known by the customer. So we have to take the customer feedback so that we can start analyzing the existing product. Analyze competitive products, identify competitors and analyze their products in terms of features, performance, cost and other attributes. So basically the analyzing competitive products means the competitors who have been identified, the competitors, and analyze their products. So you analyze the competitors' products based on their features, on what are the features of their product and how it has been performing and what will be the cost and other attributes. You have a lot of other attributes. So all those things which you need to be analyzed of the competitive product. Competitive analysis gives a chance to surpass the drawbacks related to various attributes and in turn gain an edge over the competition. So once you start analyzing them, you will come to know what are the drawbacks of their products, and you try to incorporate those and you try to eradicate or you try to avoid those drawbacks in your product, so that you will going to have the edge over the competition. Bring all geographic and function in one room. Once a product has been identified for a redesign, all geographic business units, different functions and organization levels need to be brought into one room. So that means the product which has been started developing in different locations, you bring all them into your one room and start organizing and start redesigning it. It is one of the most effective way to ensure the product portfolio benefits from all the perspectives, including both cultural and functional. The objective is to tap ideas and information from various sources. So this is our main objective, bringing all the different functions into one room. We will going to tap the ideas. So that means we are going to bring the ideas from in one room, so that you will be able to concentrate and develop the redesigning. Select a concept for product redesign. By evaluating all concepts of product redesign, a final choice is made based on the attribute that best fit the requirements, specification, and customer needs and wants. So after evaluating all the aspects of the concepts, and you just select, or the final choice is based on the attributes of the best fit for the requirement, whatever the requirement are, and also specification and the customer needs. Based on that, you select a concept of the product redesign. Establish and refine target specifications. Once the new design features have been developed, establish the specifications of a prospective new product by taking into consideration the various technical constraints. There is a need to refine some issues so as to take into account the various technical, manufacturing, and economic necessities of the or limits. As shown in figure, the inputs of the redesign module are the initial design and set of design specifications. So that means we have the initial design, then it comes to specification satisfied. If it is yes, go for an improved design. If it is no, then you go for redesign. So this redesign, it's an iterative process till you get specification satisfied. Once you get the specification satisfied, then it will go for the improved design. So at each cycle of the redesign iteration, a check is performed in the redesign module to ascertain whether the design satisfies the specifications or not. First, we need to set the specifications. To those specifications, you need to start redesigning it. Once you met the specifications, what you have been set, then it will goes to the redesign. Once the specifications are satisfied, the iteration stops to yield the improved or modified design. Also, the iteration continues to improve design. So this is the total module or the flow chart for the redesign process. Thank you.